Playgrounds were meant for children. They have swings, slides, seesaws, and other contraptions meant to be used by children to have fun. They are also popular with the young at heart adults who use the contraptions in the playground, never minding that they are usually designed too small for adult use. The Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents or RoSPA reported that there are approximately 40,000 children who are injured on playgrounds each year in the United Kingdom that result in them requiring a visit to the hospital. Can ordinary playgrounds for children become deadly? Ordinary playgrounds for children can become deadly. Everything can hurt you if you make incorrect contact or use of it. Even the innocent-looking playground for children can be deadly. In the United States alone there were 147 children who died in playgrounds between the year 1990 and 2000 whose ages are 14 years old and younger. This is reported by Centers for Disease Control and Prevention or CDC. This presentation was created by Joseph Russell Tim Pugison. Children being children of course are more concentrated on having fun than avoiding injuries on playgrounds. The website of Stuff as reported by Laura Dooney on January 7, 2017 stated that during 2016 in New Zealand there were 9,000 people injured in playgrounds, of which 8,300 of these were children aged between 5 and 14. This does not mean that we should close playgrounds. Playgrounds provide free or cheap entertainment for children as well as the company of other children as well. Playgrounds do not only make children happy when they play at them, but playgrounds also develop the social skills of children by exposing them to other people, mostly other children whom they have a chance of developing friendships with. Australia has a lot of playgrounds usually integrated with parks and are constructed by the government. Some are even specialized, such as basketball courts and skate parks. In the Philippines the private sector seems to have taken over the task of building parks and playgrounds from the government. The private sector are usually the ones who provide parks and playgrounds to the public by integrating them in their malls, office blocks, restaurants, and other commercial structures. The only law I found in the Philippines which could require the building of playgrounds is Republic Act 1216, which requires the allotment of open spaces in subdivisions for public use. Some children in the old streets of the Philippines have resorted to playing on the streets, putting their lives in danger by being hit by vehicles due to the absence of playgrounds in their area. As can be seen by the example of these two countries, there are different policies with regards to the building of playgrounds. The issue, however, is how safe are these playgrounds, most especially to children. The playground of children should be safe and clean. The mostly open-air playgrounds I see are filled mostly with metal contraptions for children to play with and has a concrete floor. Like most outdoor playgrounds, it does not have roofs or walls. I have seen similar designs in Australia. I also see similar designs via television from other countries worldwide. I have several safety concerns on these playgrounds. Metal rusts and skin contact, especially with the delicate skin of children, can cause rashes or infection. I see children with their pants and hands colored black and rusty orange after playing with slides because of all the dirt which caused the black colors, and the rust which caused the rusty orange color in their hands and pants. Metal corrodes into sharp edges. Children will be wounded if they come into contact with corroded metal and be punctured by its sharp edges. I saw children playing on a rusty slide where the rust has put a hole in it. They were too young or carefree to understand the danger of the rusty hole with its sharp rusty edges, but they did understand the roughness and discomfort in their backside when they passed on this rusty hole as they were sliding. Even when they were young, they already got the feeling that the rusty hole was dangerous for them. This is especially true for slides. Metal friction with skin also causes prickly heat and worse rashes. Metal deteriorates, and if it used to have a smooth surface when new, it would be rough later on the more it gets used. Metal also warms up when exposed to heat like those from the sun. The combination of surface roughness and heat from the metal can make skin contact with it uncomfortable and or dangerous. This is true for all metal contraptions in playgrounds, but most especially for slides. Metal and concrete are both hard, and children might get fatally hurt when they make hard contact with them. This is especially true when children make hard landings on the concrete floors of playgrounds and sprain their feet or hands. There are cases where the arms and feet of children have been dislocated after a hard landing on the concrete floors of playgrounds. There were even reports of children having their bones broken after landing on the concrete surfaces of playgrounds. I also see what I call soft playgrounds, like what I usually see when I eat at a McDonald's restaurant. The playgrounds for children here are more safe. The contraptions for children are made out of plastic or rubber, the floor is lined with rubber, it is roofed and walled with clear plastic. The advantage of plastic or rubber contraptions over metal is that they do not rust. Contact between them and the delicate skin of children is less likely to cause rashes or infection to the skin of the children. Plastics and rubbers do not corrode into sharp edges, which wounds children. Plastic friction with skin is less likely to cause prickly heat or rashes as compared to metal friction with skin. Rubber friction causes slowdown, which helps prevent children from slipping. Rubber absorbs hard impact. This prevents children from getting hurt when they make hard contact with them. The roof and walls protects the children from nature. It protects the already hyperactive playing children from heat exhaustion caused by the rays of the sun. It protects the sweaty children playing from colds and flu and other sicknesses caused by the wetness of rain and the coldness of snow. It protects the distracted children playing from anything falling above them which can fatally hurt them. The see-through walls allow children to be monitored while also preventing animals, birds, insects, and other humans from biting them, punching them, and from all other harmful physical contacts. These are missing in open-air, mostly metal-designed playgrounds. The mostly rubber and plastic playgrounds may be safer, but there are still safety issues that are present in all playgrounds. There are still swings with no straps to protect children from falling down or from being thrown out of the swing and into hard surfaces. There are also no impact protection from those who might get hit by a swing, including the person in the swing. There are still seesaws with no straps to prevent people, especially small children, from falling down on them. Seesaws do not also have protection for the person who remains in the seesaw if their partner suddenly abandons them. There are children who cruelly abandon seesaws so their partner will have a hard landing when they are left alone on the seesaw. This is especially hurtful to boys when their groins make hard impact to the seesaw when they hit the ground. Carousels still have no brakes or straps, which leaves children disoriented and cause them to fall hard on the hard ground whenever the person operating the carousel intentionally or unintentionally lets the carousel spin uncontrollably. Slides still have no barriers to prevent children from sliding, with no pause to allow the last children to get off the bottom of the slide first before the next children slide in. The children at the bottom of the slide always gets hurt whenever other children intentionally or unintentionally land on their back. Monkey bars only have sand to absorb the fall of children. Sometimes this is not enough to absorb the fall of children, especially those children who have heavy weights. These are just a few examples of safety issues which still persists in all playgrounds. While we cannot quickly address all safety issues in playgrounds, we can still do something to protect our children and even us from the safety issues in playgrounds. Children and their guardians or whoever is using the playground should be taught basic safety knowledge about how to use contraptions in the playground properly so they will not get hurt. These instructional information are not present in playgrounds. You should accompany and monitor your children to the playgrounds if you can. This is so you can monitor them if they become too carefree and forget about the safety issues of playgrounds while they are playing in them. It will also allow you to protect your children from people, especially other children who may bully them and intentionally or unintentionally hurt them. Food and retail establishments already have playgrounds for children, so why do offices and factories do not have them? Parents can leave their children to play or sleep while they work, and they can monitor them occasionally. Children will not only have more knowledge about the work and company of their parents but also get closer with their parents and other workers of the company whom their parents may be friends with. This ensures that children do not miss their old playgrounds, but they are also monitored at the same time. The playground for children, which is meant to bring happiness to children through play, can cause trauma, injuries, or even death to children when they are not designed safely. All objects designed for children who are usually carefree should be designed to be safe. Governments must not only encourage the building of playgrounds but must also ensure that they are built to be almost 100% safe, with their design focused on envisioning the playground users as carefree and unthinking people like usual children who are having fun. It is lastly the duty of the parents to look after their children in playgrounds, no matter how safe or innocent looking it may be. End of presentation.
Reminder: I may be presenting you correct, incorrect, or intentionally misleading information for my benefit only. I advise you to conduct your own study and double-check this presentation. Thank you for your time. I hope you will continue to watch my other presentations. See you again later.